What's up everyone and welcome to the club. Today we're creating a sketch illustration of Emily from The Corpse Bride. Welcome back everyone and thanks for joining me today. For this lesson we'll need a sketch pad and a pencil. I'm going to start today's drawing off with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. Now you want to begin today's drawing by blocking out the basic shapes before we get into the details. So let's start by sketching a line coming down the center of our page. So we're going to start at the very top in the middle. I'm just going to lightly work our way down the center using these short lines, coming all the way down towards the bottom. Now let's go back to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. And I'm going to be using these two lines to help us create a circle in the center of our page. Now from that center point, we're going to go all the way up towards the top. We're going to mark off the top of our circle right about here. Now you want to measure this distance from that center point down towards the bottom. So right here, it's going to mark this off. And then we'll repeat that across this horizontal line. So again, measuring the distance from the center over towards the left, and then over towards the right. Now we're going to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. So we'll start with the top left, and the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We're just using this as a guide. And we can always go back and just smooth this out. Let's add another set of guidelines across the side of our circle, coming straight down towards the bottom. And then I add one more line going across the bottom of our circle. Now that we've finished setting up our drawing, I'm going to start blocking in the main facial features. Let's start with the eyes. Now on the left side of our main circle, draw a smaller circle. Just going to leave an even space gap on the outside and the inside toward that center line. So right about there. Now I want to draw that same size circle on the right, but we can start by just lining this up with a straight line going across the top and then the bottom, just to make sure that we get the same size circle. In towards the bottom line, and then around the outside. Let's move to the center of each eye and draw a small black dot. Now we're going to go all the way towards the center, step down, draw a small triangle for the nose. Coming down the sides, closing off the bottom. Now I'm just going to lightly shade the inside of the nose. Let's come all the way down towards the bottom of our circle. Now the mouth is going to sit along this edge. So we start back over on the left side. Let's curl the mouth going up and then down. Now it's going to curl the mouth going up towards the corners. Right about there. Let's add the upper lip. In the center, step up, draw a small V. Then it's out and then down towards the side. And then curl it back up. Now we're going to go back towards these 2 points. Then the lip coming down and up. Now the cheeks are going to follow this curve of the circle, coming in about halfway. Step back, curve the jaw, coming down. And I want to pull that in towards the point, just underneath the mouth in the center. Round this out, go out and up towards the right. Now we're going to move up and add a guideline for the eyebrows. Start from the outside of the eye. Bend this up, come across and then in. I'm just going to curl that up on the inside. Line that up on the right, coming down and out, then around towards the outside of the eye. Now I want to split the hair on the left side of that center line. So right here, it's going to curve the hairline going across just above the eyebrow and then down towards the side of the head. Let's go back up, then this across towards the left and then down. From this point, draw a short line going up. Now I want to add some volume to the hair. Start with the left side, going all the way around, come down towards the side. Now I'm just going to bend that back in towards the side of the head. Let's do the same thing on the right. Going around, go down the side, and I'm just going to bend that back in. Now let's draw the outside of the neck. From the chin, step over towards the left. I'm just going to angle the neck, coming down so it gets wider. It's right about there. Do the same thing on the right. And then from here, it's going to slope the shoulders, coming down and then out. Just underneath the base of the neck, step down, draw a straight line going across. And then in the center, we're just going to draw a small U. Now I want to draw those braids coming down from the side of the head. Let's start on this point, angle this down and then out with a straight line. And this will be a guide for the hair. Let's layer the veil in behind the head. Starting on the left, we're just going to draw a wave. We're going to go out, then this in, and then back out. Now on the right side, we're going to come down a little bit lower and draw a tighter wave. Coming around, let's add an extra curve across the bottom. Now on the top of the head, there's a crown of roses. So we're going to start on the left side. I'm just going to start with the vine, going across the middle, and come down the side. Now along this curve, we're just going to sketch these small circles to capture the size of the buds. Now that we have a rough sketch in place, we're going to go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now that we cleaned up our drawing, we're going to go back in and start adding some more detail and refining the shapes. Now the first thing I want to do is bring the eyelid down on top of the eye. Just going to lower this line, going across and then back down. I'm just going to increase the contrast slightly, so it's a little bit darker. Come across the bottom of the eye. I'm also going to darken up the pupils, make them a little bit bigger. Now we want to add that fold across the top of the eye. So we're just going to enhance that curve. Having a fold along the top inside. I'm just going to lightly shade that in. Now along the top of the eyelid, draw these short lines going up and out for the lashes. I'm just going to start to curl them along the outside. Now I'm going to come all the way down towards the bottom and then go a little bit shorter as we come back in. Let's add some thickness to the eyebrows. A little bit heavier along the top. And just roughly shade that in. Now from the outside of the nose, just going to add a little guideline going up and in on the side. Now just enhance the shape of the mouth and the lips. Fold around the corners of the mouth. Now I'm going to go out towards the cheeks. Again, just adding a little bit more shape and detail. Now on the right side, we just want to open up that cheek and just tuck that in underneath. Lightly darken up the inside and work our way across the jaw towards the chin. I'm just going to blend the neck in towards the shoulders. Now with the hair, I'm just going to add a little bit of texture across that bottom edge. Just pulling that up and in, and work our way across the outside towards the top. Again, just adding some more texture coming down, and just brushing this over towards the right. Now with the hair across the bottom, I'm just going to add some curls. I'm going to start from the outside. I'm just going to bend this around, just using this line as a guide, coming down towards the bottom. I'm just going to add some more strands, coming all the way around, and just working our way back in. Just adding these little waves. And I want to go in with a heavier pencil, so I have my 0.9 millimeter, just add some contrast. So I'm going to start back at the eyes, starting across the top of the eyelid, And we're just adding a little bit of thickness, just to give it a little bit of weight. Coming in towards the eye and across the bottom. I'm just going to darken up the eyelid, starting from the inside. I'm just going to gradually fade that out towards the center, towards the top, just to catch a little bit of that highlight. And we'll do the same thing from the outside, darkening that up and then fading that in. Let's enhance those lashes. Add a slightly darker shade across the upper lip. And then from here, it's going to work our way out towards the side, towards the cheekbones first, and then fade that down toward the side, and then the jaw. I'm just going to lightly add in that fold across the corners of the mouth. Add a little bit of shadow underneath the lip. And we'll just continue working up along the hairline. Now, from the side of the hair, we're just going to work our way up towards the top. Just adding a little bit of shadow and darkness with these textured lines going up. Just working with the curve of the hair. Up towards the top. Now, I'm going to go back up to the part and work our way down. Now, the texture is not going to be as heavy as we have across the bottom. Just because the light's going to hit this top area. And we're going to come back and just layer in some more shadow across the bottom. I'm just going to work my way down across these curls. I'm just going to start across the bottom edge of the head. Just adding these folds across. And just working my way down towards the bottom. Now I'm going to do one final cleanup before we continue on with our detail. I want to switch back to my thinner pencil and just add a light curve across the outside of that veil. And I don't want to go too heavy with this. This is a light detail sort of in the background. Now across these braids, we can add some knots going across. And now we're just going to layer those vines on top of the head. So we're going to start from the left side, just work our way across. And we're sort of using that curve as a guide. I'm just going to bend this vine around. It can go back in behind the head in certain places. And we can overlap the head and go back out. I'm just going to pull out these little stems. Now for the head of the roses, we don't need to get too detailed with this. I'm just going to add these little curved lines going all the way around, just using that volume that we created, and just breaking up the edge. Adding some in behind the head. And a few smaller ones in behind. And then we'll go back and just lightly shade the inside. Now for a final touch, I'm going to move to the side edge my 2mm pencil and just add some soft shadows. So we're going to add a shadow going up from the eyelid, going up towards the eyebrows. We just want to fade that out. We're not going to get too heavy with our shadows. Add a soft shadow underneath the eyes. And then from the cheeks, I'm just going to soften this up. Now the head's going to cast a shadow across the top of the neck. So we're just going to darken up the top and then fade that down. So this shadow is going to help pull that head forward. We can also enhance the darkness of our shadows in the hair just by pulling this down and up. I'm just going to close off this drawing by adding a little bit more detail and shading, but you're welcome to continue as much as you like. Now, as you can see, by starting out with the basic shapes to capture the right proportions before we get into the details, you get much better results. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. What's up everyone, and welcome to our club memberships. Are you ready to take your art skills to the next level? Well, I've got something special just for you. Introducing our channel membership, starting at only $1 per month. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you'll get exclusive access to a world of bonus features and perks that will enhance your journey with me. As a member, you'll be treated to brand new weekly tutorials that are available only to our valued members. Want to learn the latest techniques and dive deeper into the topics I cover? This is your chance. You'll also gain access to our member-only community feed where you can connect with fellow members, share your progress, and participate in exclusive polls. Your voice matters, and I want to hear from you. And let's talk about the perks. You'll receive a set of custom chat emojis to use during our live streams and premieres, adding a personal touch to your interactions with me. Plus, you'll proudly showcase your support with special member badges that highlight your dedication. As a member, you'll get access to future perks I roll out. I'm constantly working behind the scenes to bring you even more exclusive content, surprises, and experiences. So join our channel membership today and become a part of our exclusive community. For just $1 per month, you'll unlock a world of premium content, engagement, and fun. Click that join button now and let's embark on this exciting journey together.